Hi, this is Chuck Rice, President of the Oklahoma City Astronomy Club, and I want to welcome you to this month's meeting. Unfortunately, I won't be in attendance. I have to participate in graduation at OU, but I'm sure everybody will have fun. You'll have Brad Ferguson and Rod Gallagher talking about equipment and all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm sure it will be great. There'll be other people involved. So everything's going to be wonderful without my absence, I'm sure. Also because Danny McDonald will be there. So Danny's my a trusted and capable president stand-in, so he will run everything and make sure it goes smoothly. Also, I wanted to let you know that we've been thinking about the club meeting for June. There's going to be a small hiccup, and that the club meeting in June is going to have to be moved because the museum has been rented. That's okay. We've dealt with this before. We're thinking about having a club meeting out at the Cheddar Ranch Observatory. And for those that can't attend, maybe we can do this through Zoom and do it online through YouTube. So kind of a live from Cheddar Ranch club meeting, which I think will be really exciting. Again, I won't be there, not because of graduation, but because I'll be taking a family vacation to London. So that's going to be fantastic. And so maybe the president's message for next month will be from the Greenwich Observatory in Greenwich, England. I think that would be pretty cool. We'll see how that works out. The other things that are going on is there's a lot of great activities in the summer and outreach events, and with the weather being nice. So please participate in those. The other things that you can find out were what's happening on the internet through our discussion forum. And so if I share that screen, here we have the Astronomy Club website, and if you go to the discussion forum, you can see all the topics, and then you can try and log in, and you can put in your password, and nothing happens. And that's because the discussion forum has been having problems in the website. Now, we think this is due to web browsers and whether cookies and other security settings. So an easy way around this is to go up to your web browser, and here in Chrome, I have incognito mode. Other browsers may have private mode or whatever. So now I can type in OKC Astro Club, discussion forum, log in with my name, and everything is there. And so here you'll find star parties and outreach and things that are going on. So give that a try, and hopefully it will work out. I just posted something on the mowing at Cheddar Ranch. There's a picture of the mower about how we need to spray for weeds, and it already looks like Joel has replied. So I can just say the date for spraying weeds is flexible. I can come out in the middle of the week if necessary. Okay, so then we just submit that, and then we'll return to the user message, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that's what's happening there. We can stop that sharing and get back to the screen. And so, that seems to work as a nice workaround. The other thing I would do is one thing that we often talk about is what's happening in the night sky. And in this case, let's see if we can find our What's Up video from NASA JPL and see what they have to say.
What's up for May? Planets strike a pose with the moon. You reach peak Venus. And what's different about the skies of the southern hemisphere? On the morning of May 13th, find the planet Saturn rising together with a third quarter or half full moon. Find them together in the southeast in a couple of hours before sunrise. Then on May 17th, a slim crescent moon rises about an hour before the sun. And for much of the US and Canada, the planet Jupiter will appear very close to the moon. But from some southern US states, you'll be able to observe Jupiter passing behind the moon as the pair rise in morning twilight. And from the western states, Jupiter will actually be behind the moon, In occultation, as the pair rise, Jupiter will start to emerge from behind the moon as the sun comes up. Now, this will be quite low in the sky, so you'll need a clear view of the horizon to observe it, and a pair of binoculars will be a big help as the sky begins to brighten. Next, following sunset on May 22nd through the 24th, the moon, Venus, and Mars form a close grouping in the west. The moon sits between the two planets on the 23rd. Venus has been rising higher in the sky each evening for the past few months. That begins to change in May as the brilliant planet reaches its highest point in the western sky and starts trending lower as we move into June. It'll disappear from evening skies by late July, reappearing in the eastern sky about a month later as a morning object. There are some key differences between the night sky in the southern hemisphere compared to the north. To start with, there's no counterpart to the North Star for the southern hemisphere. The celestial poles shift over time, so eventually there will be a South Star, but not at the moment. Next, from Orion to the Teapot to the Gemini twins, the seasonal star patterns northern observers are most familiar with appear flipped upside down when viewed in southern skies. The moon also appears the other way around, and its phases fill up from left to right instead of right to left as they do in the north. Stars near the north celestial pole, including Ursa Major and Cassiopeia, are below the horizon for much of the southern hemisphere. But there are lots of dazzling constellations easily visible only from the southern hemisphere, like Crux, Carina, Tucana, the toucan, and Centaurus, the centaur. Next, while observers in both hemispheres are well acquainted with the brightest star in the sky, Sirius, southern hemisphere sky watchers get to enjoy the second and third brightest stars as well. The second brightest star, Canopus, appears about half as bright as Sirius, but that's still quite bright. And the two stars are often seen together in southern skies. The third brightest star in our skies here on Earth is also the closest star system to our own, Alpha Centauri. It's too far south in the sky to be visible for most of the northern hemisphere, but it's quite well known to skywatchers to the south. Finally, there are two entire galaxies easily observed in the southern sky with the unaided eye. These are the Magellanic Clouds, which are dwarf galaxies that orbit our galaxy, the Milky Way. They make for a stunning sight in night sky photos from southern latitudes. And that's a really short list of some of the ways the skies above the southern hemisphere are unique. Our view of the cosmos may be different from one part of the planet to the other, but the insights we gain from looking up and exploring are something we all can share. Here are the phases of the moon for May. Stay up to date with all of NASA's missions to explore the solar system and beyond at nasa.gov. I'm Preston Dykes from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and that's what's up for this month.
Okay, so that was pretty cool. And then I saw another thing. Where did it go? I'll share this screen. This is a story I saw on the NPR website about horoscopes. And actually, I never really knew how horoscopes were decided on. I mean, how come, I'm a Scorpius because I'm, born in November, but I can't see Scorpius in November. It's in the springtime. So like, what in the world is going on? So this goes through and talks about how with that, it's where you are with the sun, and your horoscope is what's on the opposite side of the sun. So there's November 21st, which turned out to be my birthday. And so I'm not a Taurus, and I have to go across the sun all the way to the other side, and there's Scorpius right on the other side. Okay, that's nice, except now the Earth is starting to wobble, which we all know that happens from precession. And so now that's going to change the view and what you are. And if you're on one of these border areas, your horoscope may change. So 2,000 years ago, the Babylonians were doing that. And now with precession, changing the view of the sky, stars haven't changed, but our view has changed. The horoscope sign is going to change, which I think is really cool. Anyway, that's all I have for this month. So check out what's going on. Gonna miss everybody. Won't be able to see you in the next couple of months. but maybe I'll see you around at some outreach events. And again, look to our discussion forum or your email for future updates. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.